Whispers. How are you? It is, and I'm shocked. It's 5:21. I apparently did not set my alarm, so I've roughly been up for about 45 minutes. Girl, that will help. I'm up here. I'm awake. I haven't done a video in a couple days. And I got the fireplace going. I got Bubby laying next to us. I don't really have a schedule on when my videos come out. I find it very hard nowadays to commit to a schedule. So if I'm feeling up to it, then I just do them. Again, we have to keep our voices down. There are people sleeping. It is snowing outside. Winter is definitely going out like a lion. It definitely is saying, hey, I'm here. But without further ado, I've already turned my phone down, so we should be okay with the volume. I feel like you guys are up my nose this morning. See, there's our pretty fire. I don't know if you can. Puppy, stop. And then we have Puppy sitting right next to me. Alright, so let's find the Spirit Talker. Spirit Talker. We have not done the Spirit Box. It's loading up. We have not done the Spirit Box, and that's the Necrophonic. It's a lot different than the Spirit Talker. I almost forgot. Hold on. My protection. Yeah, I don't get out much, so I do most of my shopping online nowadays, and I've had an order. I've got a couple things coming from Amazon, and I've had an item, and I don't know where they're coming from, so wherever they're coming from, I can't even say that it's weather related anymore at this point, because they're one town over from me, and this is the 4th time now that it's went back to the faculty that has been on a truck to be delivered to me. I don't like to bash companies, but UPS, you suck. Okay, just saying. Amazon, FedEx, amazing. They're and that's the thing too with them. There's days where I get my packages a day or two early than it told me it was going to be here. All right, and the last update report I had on my package was that it would be here by 10 o'clock last night, which I absolutely hate because I go to bed early. We have porch pirates. I did check the status, and it did say that it wouldn't be here now until tomorrow. You're literally one county over. Literally. The roads aren't that bad. Oh, today I am drinking my peppermint mocha creamer. It just felt appropriate for the weather, and I just felt, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It just felt very appropriate for today's weather, and got the fireplace going. And I thought, well, I'm gonna come up here and have a little session with you guys. I wanted to I don't know if I want to focus on NK at this point. I think I want to focus some of my energy onto Shanann. She does not have to be my number one, and I haven't turned it on yet. See, the ball's not moving. She does not have to be my number one correspondent, but I want to focus some energy toward her today because I have a few things about CW that I would like to talk about. If she comes through, great. If she doesn't, then that's fine too. So let's get started here, okay? If you've ever watched my videos before, the beginning of my video, if we are doing a spirit talker, and even maybe if we're not, but in the beginning, this is my boundary, my protection wall. I've put on my protection, my empath protector. But I do this before I start any of the spirit talker sessions, and I tell that only love, light, pure intentions, true love, pure love, only good is allowed to come forward. Shanann, I am inviting you as well to come forward and visit with us this morning, you and your beautiful babies. All of the ugly, the dark, the evil, the bad, you are not allowed. No negative, you are not allowed. The only thing allowed here is positivity, love, light, happiness, pure love, true love, pure love, true love, pure intention. Okay? Alright. So we're going to go ahead and hit the little start. And there's the ball going up and down, so you know that it is now on. And I've turned it down, so we'll have to wait to see how loud it is once the first word comes through. Okay. Now again, I don't think I've ever come up at 5 this late in the morning. I know there was a video I did come up around this time, but I don't ever think, and I might be wrong, but I don't remember coming up this late in the morning. Usually I'm ending my sessions at this time, so, and no, I'm not testing any theory. You guys have to understand that the physical world and the spiritual world do not recognize the same things, meaning time. In the spiritual world, there is no time. They don't run off of a watch. They don't, have cell phones. There's no time in the spiritual world. So, and whenever you feel the need to speak with, go ahead. It doesn't have to be at night. It doesn't have to be at a certain time during the night. That's not scary.
Scary.
Okay. I did invite Shanann to join, and I did say I was going to talk about CW. I did say I had a few things that I wanted to talk to her or ask her about, and the first thing that comes out is scary. Again, it could be a totally other spirit, but I'm just saying that's how I started the session. Can I have a name? Who am I speaking with? And what is scary? I've already took my medication and all that before I came up, so we're good on that part. What is scary and who am I speaking with? May I have a name? So yeah, it's not the same as the physical world where we rely on the status of time, where we're constantly on our phones, it's not like that in the spiritual world. So, I mean, you don't necessarily have to be at a certain place. Now, mind you, does it help? Of course it does, but you don't have to be there. And I was going to say that Josephine.
Josephine.
That is a very old name and a very beautiful name. Hello, Josephine. Nice to meet you. Josephine, are you the one that said it? Are you the one that said scary? I don't know why I feel like Josephine is a younger spirit, meaning a young girl. When I say her name, I don't picture an older woman. I picture a young girl, very pretty little young girl. Josephine obviously is an old name. $1800s maybe, early 1900s. That's the era that I would put her in. Hear me.
Hear me.
Josephine, is this you that I'm speaking with? Would you like to share your story? Would you like to share a little bit about yourself? She could. Josephine, if you're able to see my surroundings, please don't be afraid of the fire. It's not real. It's just something, it's a relaxation tool that I use when I do my sessions. Please don't be afraid of it. Please don't be afraid of me. I mean no harm to no one. I'm only here to talk and to communicate. But Josephine to me does not sound like an older person. It sounds like a younger spirit, a younger person. And I feel like Josephine might have come from money, but she wasn't treated very well by her father. That's just the feeling I'm getting. She was not treated very well. Her mother adored her, but her father, and I don't doubt her father, did tend to love her, but he didn't treat her. He had a very strict belief in parenting. I'm listening to everything.
I'm listening to everything.
Okay. So if you're listening to everything, Josephine, you can let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm correct. I feel like, her father loved her, but he was just a very strict discipline. His parenting skills, he was very strict. He was very stern. He was like matter of fact. Like he did not. He didn't believe that children should be heard. He very old Southern traditions in parenting, but I do believe she came from money. I don't think she was a very happy little girl. I think she felt scared all the time because of her, and I don't know if it was her stepfather or her birth father, but I feel like she felt scared and nervous all the time because he was so strict. He was just a matter of fact type of person. Um,
You are compassionate.
oh, you are compassionate. Thank you. Is this Josephine I'm still speaking with? Struggling,
Struggling.
struggling. Okay. Josephine, is this you struggling? Are you struggling to communicate? You're doing very well, I may add. But I feel like she was a younger girl. I want to put her in the age between 10 and 12. She was loved by her family. She was loved by her friends. But her father was just very strict, so he was a little scary to her. Not that she didn't love her father, but he came across scary to her. Again, I always, for some reason, attract older spirits. I don't know why. Like I said, I feel like maybe one of the reasons that I do is because, like I've shared with you guys before, I feel like this is my third life that I've lived. I feel like my first life was in the 1800s. My second life was in 1950s. Around. Okay. Struggling around. Struggling around. Puppy. Can you stop that, please? Thank you. Maybe I'm not speaking to Josephine anymore. Did Josephine leave? If this isn't Josephine that I'm speaking with, can I please have a name? I asked you to stop doing that. So stop doing that. Thank you. Okay. So like I said, I was not, and I am not, focusing my energy on just one. But I do want to also extend the floor and invite Shanann and her beautiful babies, because there are some things that I need to talk about with CW. Before we go any further, I am Dread. Okay. Struggling around Dread. Who am I speaking with? I don't feel like this is Josephine anymore. I don't feel her energy anymore. Like I've said before, I am not a commentary channel, right? In other words, and again, I love the commentary channels out there. I follow 2 of them that I'm very big fans of. So I have to give a shout out to Zawoki and Rabbit Hole Rocks, aka Roxy. And I've watched a couple others, but those 2 are my favorite that I've watched, where they will kind of dove in and dissect crime videos. And so that is not who I am. I am just a person with a gift who lives with a chronic disability, and that loves to tap into her gift.
I'm upset.
I'm upset. Oh no. Okay. Who am I speaking with? May I have a name, please? If this is Josephine that is still here, that I'm still speaking with, just give me a yes answer or a no answer. Josephine, is this you that I'm speaking with? So that is not who I am, okay? However, I do have my thoughts, my views, and my opinions on certain things. And even though I'm not even though that's not the type of channel I am, I still occasionally will discuss it because Shanann and her beautiful babies are no longer in the physical world, but they are still very much amongst us. And there are a lot of answers still needed to this whole thing. And so, yeah, I will, and if we ever come across another case that just doesn't make sense, I will talk about that too. But I am a psychic empath, and I'm just up here. This spirit talker is just nothing more than a tool that helps me, and it also helps you because you're able to hear some of the things that are being said. Darkness. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if you feel that you're in the dark or that you were kept in the dark. But the only thing that we allow here is light, love, pure intentions, true intentions. You are more than welcome to share your story, okay? But I would like a name, please. I would like to know who I'm talking to. I would like to know if I'm still talking to Josephine, or did Josephine leave? Body. Okay.
Body.
Okay. I'm upset, darkness, body. Before that, we got dread. So these last 4 words, sentences have been very dark, very sad, very negative. And it could very well be Josephine still talking, but she has not confirmed yes or no. So I don't know if this is her. I've asked for a name twice now. They're not giving me a name. If this is not Josephine, they're not giving me a name. They're being very standoffish. Okay, so I would love to hear your story. However, I would also love to know who I'm speaking with. If this is not Josephine, could you please give me your name? Appreciation.
Appreciation.
Okay. I don't know if they're thanking me or if they're just voicing that they never felt that they were appreciated, so they were never shown appreciation. They did say they were upset. So maybe this is somebody who in life felt that that no matter what they did, it was never good enough. They never felt appreciated. And maybe they were always felt to, they were always shown the opposite. They were always shown on, maybe they felt that they were taken advantage of. Oh.
They do witchcraft.
Okay, yeah, no. Okay, this is obviously somebody talking about somebody else. This is somebody telling somebody else's truth. Okay, if you would like to continue this conversation, which I do not feel comfortable doing, but if you would like to continue, I'm going to need a name. Otherwise, we will not discuss this topic. Okay? I feel like there's maybe two. I don't feel Josephine at all anymore. I don't believe she's here. But I'm feeling like there's two. I feel like there's one telling me, hey, and they both feel like male energies. But I feel like there's two of them. I feel like there's one that's trying to talk about maybe something that they witnessed, like the dark stuff. And then I also feel like there's someone trying to share or vent about how they felt when they were in the physical world. They felt unappreciated, and it upset them because they were struggling and they were trying to make everybody happy, and no matter what they did, it never made them happy. Mood. Okay. Are you asking me if I'm in a mood? I'm not in a mood. There's just certain things that I'd rather not discuss or talk about, and or allow around or in my life. Are you in a mood? And if you are, why? So I feel like there's two people. I feel like I said, there's one here that wants to share a story of maybe something that they witnessed, not necessarily something that they did. And then I have one that's just, and again, they both feel like male energy. I still haven't gotten a name. And for some reason, I am not going to tell your secret, so you can give me your name. You don't have to be afraid. You can trust me, I promise. I just prefer having a name so I can address you proper, and so I know who I'm speaking with. Bones. Bones. All right. Well, they said body.
Malevolent.
No. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt because I thought you were trying to share somebody else's story, but I don't think you are. So you can back up. Back away from me. Back away from this conversation. You are not welcome here. I am protected. My home is protected. Okay. So I want to discuss CW. First and foremost, I myself, like millions of other people around the world, do not feel that this case was properly worked on. I do not, just like millions of other people. House. Yes, this is a house. This is my house, my home. I do not feel like, now grant you, I do feel that CW got what he deserved, okay? However, in the beginning, for some gosh forsaken reason, he was trying to protect somebody, and we all know who that was, okay? But over the years, and especially these past few years, he has been coming forward. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. You're going to accuse me of being Team Chris. No. But like I told you before, I can be critical, neutral, and look at it both ways, okay? He has been spilling a little more at a time every time he's talked to, whether that is through visits, letters, phone calls, but he has been coming forward with more information. The problem... She died. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Sadly and unfortunately, yes, she did. But he's been coming forward.
Hundreds died here.
Hundreds died here. Now remember, these homes are not always here. So we could be talking to spirits from, you know, a long time ago. But I feel like they keep pulling me away from what I need to say. Chris has been telling itty bit of pieces about the truth in the past, I'm going to say probably, well, it's going on 8 years, so maybe the last 3, maybe 4. Every time he's spoken to, every time, whether it's through letters, whether it's through phone calls, whether it's through visits, he shared with the cellmate next to him. There's other people that have come forward saying how Chris has shared a little bit more information with them. Now, first and foremost, Chris knows he's never getting out, okay? So there are some that are on the fence about what he's saying. They don't know what to believe because he lied before. Okay, understandable. However, he's in prison for the rest of his life for annihilating and, doing these disgusting, horrible things he did to his family. He is there for the rest of his life. He's not getting out, okay? So, whether or not... Hate. Oh, no. No. I don't know. I feel like this is a younger energy coming through. He's never getting out. He has been sentenced, and that's where he's staying, okay? Does that mean the case is closed and done and over? No. And again, there's millions of other people that feel the same way. But he has been giving... Mavis. We got Mavis before. Well, hello, Mavis. Nice to meet you. Mavis was one that came in before, but didn't do a whole lot of talking. He kind of stayed in the back. Mavis, you're going to be nice. You are welcome to share your story, but I need you to be polite, please. Thank you. So Chris has been giving us information. We keep saying how we want the truth, we want the information, we want this, we want that, but yet when we get it, we're still not satisfied. He is doing exactly what you all have been wanting him to do. Now, I don't know if you have blinders on because you have such hatred for the man, and that's fine, whatever. However, there comes a point in time where you have to take those blinders off and listen and think of it in a way that makes sense. The man is not getting out. There's no reason for him to lie about what happened, nor is there any reason for him to protect anyone. He's in prison for the rest of his life. And I think too that I don't judge people. At least I try not to judge them. And I know by me talking about the Watts case, that is stepping at this teetering that line of judging one another. I don't feel that I'm judging. I feel
Get
like
away from here.
Get away from here. Well, that's just okay. I don't know if someone's telling me that or if it's the spirits talking to one another. Okay. Mavis, is this you? That's that get away from here? I feel like I'm talking too loud. But anyway, you can't want him to tell the truth, and then the minute he does, you don't believe him. You can't have it both ways. All right. Again, I am by no means Team Chris. I feel that what that man did was disgusting. But you have to listen to it. He's the only one at this moment that is talking about it. Okay? We already know who else is involved. We don't. And I'm so sick of my opinion. I'm done saying that. All right? We all know who else was involved. We all know who else lied. We all know who else got rid of evidence. We all know who was wearing a long sleeve sweatshirt in the middle of August. I don't feel that Chris is protecting her anymore. I strongly feel that he was protecting her in the beginning, yes. And
Look, we're here.
Look, we're here. Well, hello. I feel that he was protecting her in the beginning. You know what they say, love is blind. But I don't feel that he is wanting to do that anymore. You know, after time breaks a person down. And I do believe that what he has been saying is the truth. I do believe that the things that he was telling the cellmate next to him and other cellmates that will even give him the time of day, I do believe what he has been saying, he's been telling the truth. At this point, he's like, you know, I'm not getting out. There's no point in me keeping things in. There's no point in me protecting certain people anymore. You know, this is where I'm at. I think he's starting to come to terms with it because he's really not wanting to be there anymore. Feathers. Okay. Feathers. What about feathers? They say feathers are a sign of angels. So look, we're here, and then feathers. So I do believe that we need to give him some sort of benefit of the doubt. Nurse. Am I speaking with the nurse? Is that who's come forward? Even though you are allowing your horses. Did you have horses when you were in the physical world? Or Or horses somehow involved in the reason you're no longer here. You know, even though you have a hatred for CW, and just saying his initials, let alone his name, makes you want to throw up in your mouth a little, there comes a point that you have to take off the tunnel vision. Nobody wants to hear what Chris has to say, because every time he opens his mouth, he's a liar. That is a double-edged sword, and I will tell you why. Because he admitted to where Shanann was. He had no, please leave. He had admitted to, apparently the nurse doesn't want me here. I'm sorry if you don't want me here, but I'm in my domain. I have invited you to come visit. You didn't have to come, okay? So please don't be rude. Don't be nasty. No reason for that. No need for that. She did not have a nice feeling to her, the nurse. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Is this the nurse that I'm speaking with? Nice to meet you as well. You know, there are
Children here.
Children here. Well, hello, children. There are so many things that he was upfront and honest about in the beginning. And what I mean by that is the location of Shanann and the babies. You know, I do believe that he is giving a lot of clues. I do believe that he is giving a lot of truth to things that we've been asking. And do I feel like time is running out for NK? Yes, I do. Very much so. There comes a point when there's something like this, you have to be neutral. No matter how much you despise the other side, if he's coming forward and he's like, hey, you know, and he's telling cellmates, he's telling curses, he's telling people next door to him what had happened. I mean, what's he gaining from that? You know, it's not like he knew that this friend was going to, or this cellmate was going to become a good friend of his and all, like, you know what I mean? So there's just some things that it's common sense. You know, you have to really think, okay, what is he getting out of it? What is he going to gain from this? Nothing. Because in his his sentencing, there were stipulations put in that he is not to gain any type of money from any book deals, from any movies, from anything. Chris cannot get any money from that. So, I mean, come on, guys. And I am not Team Chris, but I'm being a logical thinking person. The man has nothing to gain. He is in prison for the rest of his life where he belongs. We want the truth about NK. And if he is willing to put some, to clear up some speculation. Now, mind you, do I think everything that comes out of his mouth about NK is the truth? No.
Ambrose.
Ambrose. I'm not quite sure. I think I know what that means, but I'm not quite sure. Could you Who am I speaking with, please? The last time I asked that, all I got was nurse. So she's a nurse, but she don't want to tell me your name. Who was it that said nice to meet you? I feel like there's at least 2, maybe 3 people. Josephine is no longer here. She's gone. But there's some truth in what he's saying, guys, and you really have to think. You just do. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, first, I am a ma'am. I'm not a sir. Okay. Maybe they can hear me, but they can't see me. I hope I don't sound like a man. But I'm a ma'am, not a sir. And I did ask, is this the nurse? And it said, yes, sir. And then I also made the comment about betrayal.
Betrayal.
Betrayal. I'm so sorry. Who am I speaking with, please? May I please have a name? Please. I have to keep an eye on the time too because my phone wasn't fully charged. I forgot to plug it in last night. And I don't want to keep these videos. I don't want all of these videos to be an hour or longer. Again, I don't necessarily have a schedule for when I do these. Living with CRPS, my days, day to day, is very unpredictable. So I don't, I'm finding it very hard to keep a schedule these days. Torch.
Torch.
Now, Torch, in certain parts of the world, like the UK and all that, they and I think even like Australia even, they don't say flashlight, they say torch. So, it could mean to be able to, a flashlight or a candle or a lantern, or it could mean that someone set fire to something, they torched something. So, may I have a name, please? Betrayal. I feel like this is probably a female's energy, only because of I think the no, please leave. I think that might have been Mavis. Mavis has come through. He is a male spirit. He's a male energy. And this is the second time.
Angel hierarchy.
And angel hierarchy, they are protectors. So Mavis, he's not one that, I think Mavis just comes through because just to tell people to go away. He doesn't like to speak. I feel that Mavis is an older spirit, an older energy. Then we got look, we're here. I don't know who, but it's more than one. It could be children, because it does say children here. I feel like Mavis is when I say old spirit, I don't mean in age. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I feel like Mavis is an older spirit. 4. Okay. I feel like Mavis is an older older spirit, meaning like 1800s, early 18, really anywhere in the 1800 era that he could be from. But I also feel like he is just set in his ways. He doesn't want to talk to nobody. He just pops in occasionally to tell you to go away, which makes no sense, because if you don't want to hear what I have to say, you do not have to listen. Okay? I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell my viewers. You do not have to listen. Okay? I just come here to have a conversation, to visit.
My name is Catherine.
No, you're not. Nope. Apparently I forgot to do this earlier. All friends and close family, you are to step back. You are not allowed to come forward. That's Eric's mother's name. And I'm in her old bedroom. And I feel like that was really loud, so we are going to be cutting this though, because yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did. I don't doubt that you did. I did ask for a name. And they said their name is Catherine. Thank you for introducing yourself to me. I do not want to make this personal, so we're not going to do that, okay? Please respect my boundaries. Please respect that. The last few times I've done this, I have felt like she's tried to come forward, because I will tell you why. I got Eric's name through here one day. Temptation. I know. I'm sure it is very tempting, but we're not going to do that. That is not what this is about. So I keep family and friends and close friends and anyone that personally knows me at bay, okay? We don't, okay. I can't concentrate on that now. But I was talking about Mavis. Mavis, I feel like, is an old spirit. Planned. No. What do you mean by planned? What was planned? What was planned? And who am I? I don't want to say it, because I don't. That will, by saying it, just brings them. I mean, I'm sure just because I say no, they don't walk away, but it just brings the conversation to the table again, and I don't want to do that. So, what was planned? Yes, I did. Temptation, planned. Betrayal, torch, angel, hierarchy, 4. Call out. Call out. Who am I calling out to? That was them telling me to do something. That was not them asking. That was them telling me. And as you know, I do not like demands. If you want to ask me nicely, I have no problem in speaking with you. But if you are going to be demanding or snarky or rude in any way, I will not speak with you. Okay? So let's get on the same page here. I am nothing but respectful when I come and speak with you all, and I expect the same thing in return. There have been like so many different theories on once we enter the spiritual world, if we are the same personality, if we are the same personality that we were when we were in the physical.
What's your name?
That is the first time I've ever gotten that question, because I never introduced myself. And that is why I don't, because I've been waiting for that question to come up. My name is Tammy. What is your name? And I feel like I am speaking with somebody who feels that they are above everybody else. Is that true? Did you have a, I don't know how to ask the question, but I feel like whomever's speaking, because they said call out, and then they asked me what my name was in question form. My fireplace. Why did I lose my fireplace? Now that you know my name, are you going to answer my question?
Stay right here.
Stay right here. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Stay right here. Okay, there's a lot going on with my personal life in terms of my living situation. And I don't know, there's a lot within these few I've gotten that before. Stay right here. And I feel like that's pertaining to Nancy.
Nancy.
Well, hello, Nancy. Nice to meet you. But I am going to end this session because it is getting late in the morning. The sun is starting to come up, and I want to get this video uploaded to you guys as soon as possible. I do feel like we got a lot of good stuff today. I want to thank the spirits. Can you stop that, please? Can you stop that? Thank you. I want to thank you all that came forward for speaking with me this morning. I want to thank you for your communication with me. Damnation. All right. Well, that's not nice. Okay, not nice. But we are going to end we are going to end this session. And I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you all for supporting my channel. This is a new channel for me. I do have another channel here on YouTube. It is called Tammy's Journey, My Truth. And it is me sharing my life and my disability. I advocate for others like myself as well as for myself. So if you want to check that out, I believe the description is also, or the link is in the description to that as well. This is just another part of me that I have decided to not hide anymore. I'm not ashamed of it. There are others who feel like this sort of gift is an evil thing, that is a sin. I don't feel that way because it's a gift from God, and God is love.
Kenneth.
And Kenneth, well, hello, Kenneth. Nice to meet you, Kenneth. And God is love. And so I'm not going to hide my gift. I've been like this my whole entire life since birth. And, you know, when I was younger, it scared me a lot. But as I got older, I got to understand it more. And I got to understand that I am in control of it. They do not control it. I do. But I did say that I would share a video of my my gift and all that. I did, and we will have all that stuff. So but in the meantime, it's not a sin, it's not evil, it's not any of that. Okay. I am also very aware that there are people that don't believe in this sort of thing. Sit and talk.
Sit and talk.
Well, we have been. If this is Kenneth, I've been up here for a while now, and I have to go. But I will be back to talk to you guys again. I promise. I do. You know, I understand that there are people out there that think this is all hogwash, and you know what? That's your opinion. Okay.
Something waits.
Something waits. Well, let that something wait far, far away. Okay. Unless it's good news. You're gonna have your beliefs, and that they're your beliefs. Okay. I'm not here to force anything on anyone. I'm not. I'm just sharing a gift that I was born with. Whether or not you choose to believe me, again, your opinion. I do believe that a lot of people refuse to believe it because they don't understand it, or maybe they're afraid of it. And you know what? It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to not understand. But if that's the case, 3. We got 4. Now we're down to 3. Are there 3 spirits around me? We do have Catherine, Nancy, and Kenneth. That's 3. You know, so anyway, I gotta go. We're already at an hour, and I didn't want to be an hour. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Please continue to subscribe. I'm trying to get this channel to grow as well as my other channel as well. So these are parts of who I am, and you know, they're very relevant. So with that being said, I'm going to close out the Spirit Talker, Harry.
Harry.
Nice to meet you, Harry. Okay, so I'm going to go now. Again, thank you for coming forward. Thank you for speaking with me. Thank you for your conversation. Once this conversation is closed out, you are to leave. You are not to stay. You are not to linger. Is that understood? Okay? I wish all of my spirits love and light and peace and joy. And please understand that once I close this out, you are to go. And with that being said, we are going to close it now. And we're going to shut that off. So, thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. If you have questions, don't feel like you can't ask them, okay? And like I always tell my warriors, if you're asking, you're learning. And if you're not asking, you won't know, and you're not learning anything. So I'm going to go. I love you guys. I'm wishing you all an amazing day. Sending you all positive vibes and happy and just pure love. And yeah, so I'm going to go and have a great day. And we'll talk again real soon. And until then, ciao for now.